Hello YouTubers. On this week's video of Wegovy for Veterans, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the effects of the 1 milligram dosage. Hello YouTubers. This week's video, like I said, is going to be discussing the effects of the 1 milligram dosage of Wegovy. But before I do, kind of backtrack a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks since I've last had an upload, and I've since finished up on 0.50 milligram, and I went on the 1 milligram. That was a week ago, this last Sunday. So I've been on it for a little bit. It's given me some time to kind of determine what the effects are. As far as going over what's happened with the 0.5 milligram, not an awful lot of changes happened. I didn't notice a lot of side effects. I did feel that my appetite was maybe curbed a little bit, but not very much. I didn't have any ill effects as far as stomach upsets or anything along that line. My blood sugar has gone down and has stayed down. I think I'm probably right around 109 to 120, depending on what my diet's been in the past. Now, we just came off of Christmas week, which really had a strong effect on it, just like Thanksgiving did. So, but this week I feel like we're kind of back down to normal, and that I can get back in the routine of eating properly. So the 1 milligram that I started a little over a week ago, I think I've really noticed a lot difference as far as my appetite. I've noticed that I might be a little bit hungrier in the mornings or in the afternoon. But when it comes time around 5 o'clock, when I usually eat a dinner or something, I almost have to force myself to eat. And that's something that's a little bit new. I've been trying to maintain 1,500 calories on a daily basis. And there's been times when I'm pretty well filled up after only 1,000 calories, and I just don't have the need for anything more. But it seems to be working out all right. My weight had dropped down to about 250, pounds, and then of course we got hit with the Christmas holiday, and so I went up to about 252, almost 253. Now this morning I'm back down to 251, and I anticipate dropping more weight over the next few days, or even the next week or two. So I've spoken with my pharmacy physician at the VA, and he's been rather encouraging. Again, I talked a little bit about my lack of appetite, and then sometimes when I do, I kind of slip a little bit, but as a whole, it's been doing pretty well. With the holiday season again, my exercise has decreased a little bit, especially this last week, because the VA only was open on Monday and Tuesday, the week of Christmas. So we only had GeoFit on those 2 days. And even though I probably could have done something else as far as exercise, they do have tapes or videos available. I didn't bother doing that, and I just pretty much just kind of went into the mode of holidays. And so, but today I started right back doing my exercises, and I'll be doing it for 4 days this week. So, again, getting back on plan. I think I've kind of gotten a little bit more tired recently. I've noticed that I go to bed a lot earlier than what I used to. I used to be more of a night owl, and I wouldn't go to bed until 11 or 12 o'clock. And lately, 9:30 or 10 o'clock is pretty much when when I go to bed. And it doesn't take me very much to go to sleep, and I'll sleep pretty much straight through till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, um, and then again, I get up and I do my regular routine. I've been watching what I've been eating very closely, with the exception of the sweets. I actually had to break down and throw some of the stuff away because it was just too much for me. So I had to kind of step away from that. But uh, overall, the Wegovy's been doing well. But one thing I've noticed, and like for instance, not to get off track, but the pens, they're in a different color. They're more of a brown. The .25, I forgot what color that one was, but the .50 was red, and so now the 1 milligram, that's in a brown. But I've been trying to rotate my spots around, um, to do my injections, because the problem is if you start doing it in the same location, and I apologize if I've said this before, is that if you do your shots or your injections in the same location, you develop scar tissue. So they suggest you move it around and maybe every 4 weeks go back to that original spot. So um, I've tried doing it in the legs. I have a harder time grabbing onto fat in that area. Um, I don't even try to do it in my arms because it's be too awkward for me to kind of pinch and try to push, you know, the pen or do the injection that way. So I'll do it pretty much right around my waistline, either side or just below my navel. Um, I did have a little problems on Sunday when I tried to pinch it. I think I might have got a little bit underneath the skin because I noticed a little bubble there, but we just let that go and try to do better on the next injection, which will be this next Sunday. So I have stuck to once a week, of course, and I've stuck to doing it on Sunday mornings. So that just seems to be a good time for me to do that sort of thing. But I do have some very good high or very high hopes on this system. Um, I could be a little bit optimistic, but my hope is that let's see, I was hoping to be down and break that 250 mark um, by New Year's. That seems like it might be hard to do. I'd have to drop a couple of pounds to do that, but if I did, that'd be very nice. If I can get down to the 230 range by Valentine's Day, that would be great. And then I have another hope of being down to about the 220 range by that'd be Easter. And then that would put me right around Labor Day. I could be 210 or 200. And that would be pretty close to right around my goal weight. It all depends on how I feel and, whether I level off or not. So, but those are basically my goals as of right now. So, but again, overall, it's been doing very well. Very little side effects, although I think a little bit more since I've been on the 1 milligram. I have felt if I've eaten a little bit too much, I have felt a little bit more discomfort. So, but I'll try to do a little bit better job as far as keeping you updated. I know, like the last few weeks, I've kind of let it slip, and basically because of the holidays, and I I didn't want to get too boring on it. So, in fact, I was hoping I would have a video out before the weekend was over, but here it is. It's Monday, and so I'm going ahead and I'm getting this knocked out right now. It's a good day anyway because the weather's cold. We've got winter weather, warnings out or forecasts. So, although it hasn't seemed to be too bad here in Nuevo County. But anyway, enough for that. So, again, I appreciate all your comments, all the likes you've been sharing with me. I ask that you do share these videos, and so, but I appreciate any comments or any questions you may have. I respond to every one of them as soon as I see them. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching. And again, please leave comments and questions and share this video. There may be other friends or other veterans that might be interested in seeing it.